All right, so the next thing I want to show you guys today is a really cool website called PollEverywhere.com. I know some of you are already using this, but if not, PollEverywhere is awesome. I know everything I tell you about I say is awesome, but this one's really cool. It's a neat little thing that you can use to poll your class. You can poll up to 40 kids at a time on the free account. If you find for some reason you need to poll more than 40 people, call me, talk to me privately. The district has a resource that we might be able to use on a case-by-case basis. But in general, if you're using this in class, well, I hope you don't have a class of more than 40 kids. If you're like band or football or maybe one of the big theater classes, you might have that problem. But we'll talk about that on a case-by-case basis. Anyway, you're going to go to PollEverywhere.com. That's PollEverywhere.com right there. And it'll take you to this site. After you're there, sign up, create an account, and I am going to log in. And now I'm logged into PollEverywhere.com. This is the screen I see once I've logged in. The first time you log in, it might take you to your account or some other place, but all you have to do is look for the big green button that says Create a Poll. All right? PollEverywhere is a very, very neat thing. You could use it at the end of your class to sort of get, use it as a barometer to see how well your kids understand what you're teaching today. You could actually create a multiple question poll and sort of use it as kind of a quiz. You'll see right here, if you upgrade to a paid plan, you can actually use it for grading. I wouldn't do that. I've never messed with it. I don't know how it works. And anytime you're entering grades and stuff on a web thing that isn't a district resource, we may run into some liability issues. So I wouldn't worry about this. But if you just want to use it for a quick, formative assessment or, teacher check for knowledge, it's a great thing for that. So I'm going to create a poll. I'm going to click the green button, and up pops the poll question. You can watch a tutorial, but you're kind of watching a tutorial now, aren't you? So clickety-click, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a test question. Not a test question, but a poll question. I can make it open-ended where the kids can type whatever they want, or I can make it multiple choice. I'm going to go with multiple choice, and I'm going to enter my two choices. Mr. O'Neill, Mr. Stevens. So there's my two. If I want a third, I can create add an answer, and I can now have four. So we'll add Mr. Gomez. I can add as many as I want. There we go. After I've created my questions, I can go ahead and create another poll right here, or I can just click done. So I'm going to click done. Actually, it's create. Boom. I have created a poll. I've got a couple things that we can do now. One thing I can do is I can go up here. The poll has started. I could vote on this right now. I could go to this website or tell my kids, if I have kids on laptops, they can go to pollev.com/Patrick O'Neill. And here we go. I could vote right here. I thought I had started the poll. Obviously, I had not. So I'm going to go up here. And now, I believe, if I've clicked that blue button, the poll is, in fact, actually started. See, I can vote now. I'm going to vote for Mr. O'Neill because Mr. O'Neill is my favorite teacher. There we go. On this computer, I can only vote one time. All right? So back here, this is the coolest thing, which is what the kids will really like. By the way, if you want, you can change it, make it pretty, or make it look however you want. But anyway, if I go back here, I can actually let the kids vote by text message. Now, word of warning, if you're going to have the kids vote via text message, you're going to have to ask Mr. Stevens first. No, you're not going to have to ask Mr. Stevens. I bet you he'd like it if he had that power, but you're going to have to ask Mr. Wright first. Anytime the kids are using their phones in class, our school rule is you have to have permission. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to vote for Mr. Stevens on my text message. So you'll see up here, text a code to 37607. So I'm going to go ahead and type Mr. Stevens' code, which is 141441. I'm going to click send right now. I've clicked send. You can't see that because it's on my phone, but watch the screen. And now Mr. Stevens gets a vote. I I can only vote once on this computer and once on my phone, so poor Mr. Gomez and Miss Butcher are getting 0 votes. But frankly, it's time that the theater nerds get a little bit of love in the Who's Your Favorite Teacher category, don't you think? All right, so I'm sure you can think of a lot of awesome things to do with PollEverywhere. You can use it on laptops, you can use it with iPads, you can use it with phones. Remember, if you're using it on kids' personal phones and devices, you do need to have Mr. Wright, not Mr. Stevens, permission before you do it. That's PollEverywhere. Hope you like it.